Hi guys, it's Jess, and I'm going to talk about the interesting Halloween night that I had last night at a party. As you can see, I look awful, but luckily that is actually makeup, so don't worry, I haven't been beaten up or abused or anything. So what happened was I went to a flat party not too far from where I live, and the girl who was doing the flat party was somebody that I used to go to school with, like primary school, so like 10 years ago, a really long time. And I decided to go there with three friends that I work with. Well, one's just left the place I work, and the other two I work with. And yeah, I just thought it'd be fine until we get there. And I didn't really drink much. Sometimes I drink a lot, sometimes I don't drink much. Normally, I don't drink much at all because it just makes me feel really sick and stuff. And within the next sort of couple of hours of us being there, we got there at like 10. And within a couple of hours, everybody was really, really drunk. So I had given my house keys to my friend and asked her to keep them in her bag because I was really silly, like sort of forgot my bag somehow. And yeah, my house keys were in a bag, and I went up to her and said, "Please, can I have my house keys back? I've got pockets to put the keys in." Sorry, I had a text message then. Fuck off. Yeah. Um, to put my keys in my pockets because I feel more comfortable because basically the house got nicked where I live with my family not too long ago, and the car was stolen, so I just get a bit paranoid about not having my keys. So I just thought, oh, I didn't realise these jeans have pockets, so I'll just put the keys in my pockets. To which she replied, "Well, no, you're my ride home, I'm staying at yours, and I don't want you to leave me, so fine." Okay, so I left it for a bit, and then I went over to my friend who was, well, they were all extremely drunk, and I said, "Please, can you just have a word with her and just say, look, just wants the house keys and see if she gives them to you." I wasn't, everyone kept saying, "Aren't you scared or worried that she's got them?" And I wasn't worried because I don't think people that were there were like my friends from secondary school, who I hadn't seen in a while, but they sort of thought, "Whoa, who is this girl with your house keys?" And obviously I gave them to her, and she's like a close friend, so I wasn't scared at all. I didn't, she wasn't going to run off with them. So yeah, anyway, I asked my mate to go over and ask for the keys back, and she did. And then they got into a bit of an argument, and the one girl was saying, the girl with the keys was saying, "I'm 21, you're 16, you should listen to me." Well, this is what I was told anyway, and I was there, but I couldn't really hear. And they got into a bit of a scrap. I'm sort of standing in the middle, like near them, and the one girl, not the girl with the keys, the other girl, Danielle, started hitting Jess. And I know that's completely wrong, and I don't condone violence at all, but she was like so angry with Jess, and like, I think Jess was really, really annoying her because all she wanted was my house keys. And I saw Danielle go over and say nicely, "Please, can I just have the keys to give to Jess? I just want the keys." And it just somehow got really heated. So yeah, Danielle started punching Jess, grabbing her hair. They're both crying. Jess's eyelashes are halfway down her face at this point. uh, Danielle's boyfriend had sort of given up on her at this point, and he was standing in a corner watching, thinking, "Oh God, what do I do?" Because when Danielle's drunk, she's nice, but she's very confident, and she'll walk in the street if you're not careful. So yeah, so they started fighting, crying their eyes out. I find Danielle, she's crying her eyes out, saying, "Just get Jess to come over. I'm such a bad person. I just want to speak to her." And Jess had walked off with my other friend who I came with, Jasmine, and they were having a chat around the corner from the flat. And then prior to this, before they actually had another scrap, I don't know what it was over. but I was sort of like watching from the flat, and they were again punching each other, hitting each other, and whatnot. So that's one issue there. Then my friend Jasmine started crying, really, really crying, sitting down, girls all around her talking, saying that she'd slapped and beat up a guy that was there, because he was like, he wouldn't leave her alone and it was upsetting her, and he was being like too close to her. And I don't know much about the guy. I think he was a Russian guy that was there. So she's crying, saying that she slapped this guy, got into a fight with him, and these group of lads are just standing over there, and she's over there, and I'm just thinking of, they're a group of lads. They don't look very trustworthy. You know, they're all in hoodies. It's too dodgy. Then, my friend Jess is in a shelter around the corner, saying that she can't be asked with life anymore. To which there's loads of girls running down the street saying we need to call an ambulance because she wants to die. Yeah, there was just, everyone was running towards her and everything. I tried to speak to her and she wasn't having any of it. I just sort of got sworn at because she was so drunk. And then the girl that hadn't drank before that we brought with us, Lauren, who also worked with us, she started crying as well, saying that, is she going to get home safe? Is she going to be okay? Because she'd never really been out before. To which obviously I was just there amongst all of this, quite sober, calm, watching all of this, and I was like really stressed, like really stressed. I had such a bad headache because of all of this, and it was just an absolute nightmare. My friends are punching each other, they're crying, one's scared that we're going to leave her, and I think Jess wouldn't give me the keys back because she thought that I was going to leave her there, which I don't understand, because she was staying at mine and her car was actually at mine. So then the people that the security of the campus then walked around, so the party was closing, we all need to go. So me, Jasmine, and the young girl Lauren all got in a taxi. I run upstairs to get Jess. So Jess, we've got to go now. She's saying, no, I'm not going now. I don't want to go now. She's grabbing me, trying to pull me into the flat. I'm saying, look, we've got to go now. The taxi's there. And just to let you know, we rang a taxi just because we were standing around for like an hour doing nothing. And I just thought, forget it. We're just going to ring a taxi, get in a taxi, and we'll get Jess in. We'll do whatever it takes. We'll get Jess in this taxi. And I then went to leave, and then Jess was grabbing me saying, please come back, please come back, please come back, crying and crying and crying. And yeah, the girl that she was with said that she was happy to have her stay in the flat for the night. Obviously, I didn't know the girl. I'd never met her in my life, but she was really sincere. She's saying, look, honestly, I'll look after her. We'll keep her here. Obviously, you've got a family at home. You don't want to wake up. I was tired and angry, and I just wanted to go to sleep. Just refused to get in a taxi, so I took the girl's number, a couple of girls' numbers actually. One was a little bit older and she was really helpful, and yeah, we got in a taxi and we went home. So then I stayed up for a few hours worrying about Jess, ringing these people, this girl, I think she was called Leah, I'm not sure, to find out what was going on with Jess. And she was saying she refused to go to bed and they didn't know what to do. And then eventually somebody drove her all the way back to her house in Henley and Arden. So yeah, so alcohol is, it's so, I'm not trying to give you a lesson, but it's so lethal. It's really damaged like good friendships, you know, that we have with each other. And I'm not saying that I'll never get drunk, because I do get drunk, but I just think people need to be so careful. And I think some of my friends were on different tablets for whatever, or antibiotics or whatever as well, and they were drinking, which I believe would make things a lot worse as well. So, you know, I sort of cried so much last night seeing all of this, and there's loads of people around, and it's embarrassing at the same time. loads of people there that I didn't know, lads, girls, in their 18 to 25-year-olds standing around watching all of this, and it was just unnecessary, really. So yeah, just I'd just say, please just watch how much you drink, because my night was pretty much ruined because of how much people drank. There wouldn't have been any fist fights or crying or pushing or swearing or. So I'll just put my phone in charge and go on. Yeah, or snogging random guys and everything. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now. I'm still speaking to the girl that tried to get my keys back, that was trying to punch the other girl, or well, was beating up the other girl pretty much. Um, and the other girl, I just don't know what to say. She's told me to F off. She's pushed me. I know, I'm just a bit hurt, really. So yeah, have a lovely day, guys. I'll see you soon.